Hey everyone, so today I am trying out a new angle. You see this new camera angle? We'll see if you like it. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Welcome back to my channel, Erica Full of Joy. Please click that subscribe, click that thumbs up, comments, do what you gotta do, you know? But today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 shows I think that I think are great for if you can't sleep at night, you know? You just need a little comfort, a little lullaby to sleep through shows, not songs. Yeah, cool. But yeah, as always, let's take a deep breath, y'all. Let's take a deep breath before we get into this video. So let's go ahead and breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Thank you for joining us on Erica Full of Joy. A little background of this video is that I don't go to bed very easily sometimes. A lot of times. Basically, I feel like I have insomnia, but maybe I don't, but you know, who knows. Anyway, it's hard for me to sleep a lot of nights, and I don't go to bed until like 3, 4 in the morning. And so I have to watch something that like calms down my nerves a lot, and yeah, I get scared very easily, so none of these shows are like creepy or anything. These are very like feel good shows, and they're also shows that are not going to be like super like cliffhangery, you know what I mean? Like you don't need to watch the next episode, and so you won't stay up to watch the next episode. So yeah, but they're still good. So let me get my little notebook out and let's see which shows. Okay, yeah. So shows to binge at midnight. The first show I'm going to talk about is High School Musical, the series. So I remember when I first heard about this show, I was like, oh my gosh, Disney Plus is really out here trying to figure something else to like produce. But actually Disney Plus killed it and it was actually a really good show. The plot is that the real students of the high school where High School Musical was filmed produce a High School musical. And it goes through like the main girl who becomes Gabriella. Her like ex-boyfriend is trying to be in the musical because he wants to get back together with her, and they also go into the storyline of the like drama teacher who is producing the musical and like all these side stories. But it was actually a really good show. There's only 1 season out right now, and I think that is a 10 episodes season. So it's like a pretty good amount. I'm pretty sure they are 30-minute episodes. So you get 5 hours of time. So that would last you, if you were me, maybe 2 nights of the week. But some last thoughts are like, this is the only show in my list that has a character, like a main character who is like plus size, who I think is plus size. So, you know, she's like on that spectrum of like, is she though? She's like bigger than normal actors, but is she like actually fat? Like, we don't know. And so I'm also going to put up in the cards the video I did about fat phobia, and so just so you know, if people haven't seen my other videos, I want more fat actors in our shows. I'm not trying to criticize. So yeah, It's a good show, and I want the second season to come out. My next my next show, yeah, yep, that's what I'm talking about right now, the next show. Just to also clarify, nothing, because I have nothing to clarify. I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I try to pick shows. All of these shows are either on Disney Plus, Hulu, or Netflix, and I try to pick like I have 2 from Netflix, 2 from Hulu, and 1 from Disney Plus. Just because I know most people have one of those things. But if you don't, you should ask a friend for a login. Unfortunately, I have given logins or have logins from other people, so I can't be putting my information out because you can only have so many people, you know, on the login. But ask a friend, you know? Like, why do we all need to be giving money to all these companies? Like, let's share. Let's share. Come on, share. Cool. So next show is the Babysitters Club. It's on Netflix. It recently came out, as in recently is what I think July of 2020. So that's some context for you. But yes, the Babysitters Club. It's a solid like 8 out of 10, y'all. Like it's pretty good. The plot is based off of the books called The Babysitters Club. And I think there are other iterations of this. I think there's been a movie. I think there's also been another show. So this is just another reboot of it. But I like it. And the plot is like these group of girls in middle school who are now having a babysitters club. And so parents can come to them asking for them to be babysitters for their children. There we go. But they are middle school girls, so there's drama, but it's like not super real drama, which is good. And so they're just going through general changes and problems of people who are in middle school. Some qualities is that it does touch on some social justice-y things. And I think that does have to do with the fact that it's a newer reboot, and so they do talk about like kind of feminism and just like what's it like, how independent women should be. And this might be the case for the other iterations and the books, but that just seemed to be something that was like specific for this one, but I haven't seen the other ones, so I don't know. Also, Alicia, bloop, 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 bloop. Also, Alicia Silverstone is in it, as in Cher from Clueless. So that's like fun. I love that movie. So yeah. And again, since it just came out recently, there's only 1 season, and it's also only 10 episodes. But yeah, it's good. I skipped episode 2. Just a note, I skipped episode 2 when I was watching it at night because it was a Halloween episode. And even though it is like middle schoolers and it's supposed to be for children, your girl don't take risks. And I get scared too easily. And if I'm already up at night because I can't sleep, I'm not going to watch an episode for Halloween with jump scares. Like, that's not something I'm gonna do. So I still have not seen it because it's not a show that I'm out here trying to watch during the day. So yeah, you know, leave it down in the comments if you want to tell me what the second episode's about. But it didn't really hurt me in the long run. Like, I didn't have any holes that I needed to fill because I missed it in the second episode. Because again, these shows are like, yeah, they're connected and it's not just like random episodes, but it's also like not keeping me up at night exactly on what is happening in the plot line. But yeah, a solid 8 out of 10. Next show, another Netflix show, is, if you just look at Ashley Garcia, I think like the full title is, they're like kind of two titles, because on the theme song or whatever, it was called like The Expanding Universe of Ashley Garcia, but then on the Netflix like title that you search in, I think it's like Ashley Garcia, Genius in Love. So conflicting things. But that one, I think, actually like was more like a 9 to a 10, like a 9.5 out of 10, because I actually did want to keep watching during the day, and so like this kind of defeats the purpose, but also it was like not good enough, like where I wanted to stay up. I don't know, it's hard, but it was good. And I would say that we'll get into that. First off, the plot. So it is about this girl who is a genius, and she has like already like 2 PhDs or something, and she's only like 16. Yeah, she's like 15 going on 16 in the show, and she is now living with her uncle because she's starting a job in California across the country from her mom, and she's trying to like finally be a teenager. And so she's doing all these different things that make her a teenager, like going to parties and actually getting friends who are her own age and stuff like that. And also within that, she's like has a crush on a guy for like the first time. And it's cute. It is cute. Mario Lopez is in it, and he is cool. Episodes there are 2 parts, and I think it equals into 15 episodes, because I think the first part is like 8 or maybe 14. But yeah, like the first part is like 8 episodes, and then the second part is like 6 episodes. I'm pretty sure. And they're cool. It ended on a cliffhanger for the second part, so I am like actually wanting the third part to come out soon. But we'll see. I think the first part came out in like February, and then the second part came out in July. So it's like unclear on what is happening this timeline. But it's a good one. It's a good one. Last thoughts are that if you are into like more romancy-ish stuff, this is a cute one. Also, I was kind of sad because like like the main character, she is Latinx, and then like a lot of the characters are Latinx, but then she has like a white best friend, then there's like another white guy, but then I was just like wanting more of a black presence, and there were like 2 black girls who would like come in as like, oh, we're gonna be part of your squad. Like that was the episode of like, she wants to be part of a squad, and there was like a black girl, and I was like, cool. But in general, there's just like not a lot of black people. But you know, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Love, Victor is the next show. And Love, Victor is on Hulu. And it's like a spin-off show based off of the movie Love, Simon. And if you've seen Love, Simon, that's like a good precursor, but if you haven't, it honestly won't be any problem. You'll just get like a spoiler-ish of the movie, so if you wanted to see the movie, try to see the movie before you watch the show. That's the only thing. But it's a good show. It's on Hulu. 30-minute episodes. Again, I think all of these shows are 30-minute episodes. So yeah. And only 1 season has come out so far, and it was 10 episodes. Very standard, I guess, for these like streaming streaming produced shows, I guess. You know what I mean. But yeah, I watched this with my mom, LOL. So it isn't really something that I did watch at midnight, but I think it is something that you could easily, like, I could see myself watching this alone in my bed before going to bed, you know? Yeah. And it's about Victor, who is moving with his family from Texas. He's moved to Atlanta, and he's like trying to figure out his sexuality. Yeah. So it's good. Basically, like, I don't know why I'm yelling. Basically, the huge plot line, like, that's the overall broad plot line, is that he's trying to figure out his sexuality, and also there are problems that's going on within his family. But then, like, once you kind of get into it, it's like he's trying to choose between a girl and a guy. So yeah, I think my biggest problem with the show, and this is like slightly a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear this, skip like 30 seconds. But basically, I think it kind of ends with him feeling like he's gay, and which is like valid and fine. But I feel like the show could have like taken this opportunity to show that there are people who are bi, and he could have easily been bi, since he's trying to figure out if he likes this girl or this guy. So it's like, oh, there's no straight answer. Straight. No, but like, you can like both, and that's okay. So yeah, I don't know. They missed the opportunity for that. So kind of for that and like other reasons, I think I'd give this show more of like an 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. Cool. Next show is also Hulu. It's Rami, and this show is so funny, y'all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I don't even know if I would really call it, okay, I don't know if it really deserves to be in this. Like, not deserves, but like is qualified or meets the standards, or I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I didn't really watch this, like binge watch this before bed, or like in the middle of the night / morning, but more of like, this is the show I would watch right before I went to bed, and I would only watch a couple episodes because I liked it so much. Like, I wanted to space it out. You know, it's like one of those shows where it's like you respect it so much, like you don't want to binge watch it, you know? So there's that. But it's good. It's a really good show, and it's really funny. And it is kind of like, wow, we're going through some boundaries here. We're like, we're seeing stuff that we don't know how to feel about it. So there's that, but I would still give it like a good 9.5 out of 10. I think it's up for some Emmys, so you know it's good, you know? It's good. But I don't know if I'm gonna binge watch it, you know? But maybe you will, and I definitely know people who have. So there's that. Last thoughts, again, I think are just like, oh, okay, that's like borderline. That's like borderline, and I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel, but it's still funny. So there's that. Oh, there's 2 seasons, and I think the first season is 8 episodes, and the second season is 10 episodes. And a third season has been like green lighted, so it's going to happen eventually. When it will come out, I don't know, but the second season came out in June, I believe, so there's that. And the plot, oh yeah, the plot literally is, it's just kind of like one of those shows where it's about Rami, the guy, the main character, But then I think it's cool because with this show, there are some episodes that are specifically for different characters. And so, like, there's an episode that is centered on his sister, an episode centered on his mom, an episode centered on his dad, that kind of thing. But then there are other episodes that are, like, more centered on him and his friends and stuff like that. So, yeah, but he is a Muslim guy who is first generation citizen, but his, like, family's from Egypt. But, yeah. So he's just, like, going through life, like, as him in his perspective, and it's cool. And he's trying to figure out, like, his relationship with his religion and his faith. So, yeah. Aren't we all, you know, just trying to do that? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? I don't know. But, so those are, like, the 5 shows that I have for this video. And if you have recommendations based off of the shows that I have listed that you think I would like, please put them down in the comments. I am literally always watching something, you know, because that is life, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I'll accept a lot of recommendations. Shows that I have not started but I know I need to start are Pose, and that's kind of it. Also, my sister thinks I would really like Pose is on Netflix, but it's like an FX show, I'm pretty sure. And then Normal People is on Hulu, and I have heard that I should watch it and that I would really like it. Other than that, like, yeah, I'm taking recommendations. I'm gonna do another video like this, but it's just like shows that I've watched in quarantine for COVID. So they're, again, not as bingey because, like, I would take my time more so with them, but there's still shows that I really enjoyed and watched in quick succession. So yeah, you'll hear more about that in the next video. Thanks for watching again. Thank you for subscribing. So go ahead and do it. Thank you. This is Erica Full of Joy. You can find me on Instagram at EricaFullOfJoy_YT. I'll see you later. All the love.